In the beginning, there was nothing, a void. Then a voice, powerful, majestic. God spoke, and with his words he painted the cosmos. Stars ignited, blazing across the canvas of the universe. Planets formed, swirling in symphonies of celestial dust. And in the heart of it all he crafted Earth. He shaped the mountains with his hands, carving canyons and raising peaks that pierced the heavens. He breathed life into the waters, filling the oceans with creatures of unimaginable beauty and power. He blanketed the land with lush forests and vibrant meadows, a tapestry of life bursting forth in every color. And then he created man, formed from the dust of the earth, imbued with the breath of life. Adam he was called, the first, alone yet not alone, for God walked with him in the cool of the evening. Eastward, God planted a garden. Eden, he named it, a paradise of unimaginable beauty and abundance. A river flowed through it, watering the land and giving life to every tree that grew. And in the midst of this garden, he placed Adam to tend it, to care for it, but most importantly, to enjoy it. But Adam was still alone. So God brought forth every animal of the field and every bird of the air, parading them before Adam, seeking a fitting companion. But none felt right. None could share the bond that God desired for his creation. So, from Adam's rib, he fashioned a woman, Eve. And when Adam saw her, his heart soared. For in her, he saw a reflection of himself, a partner, a helper, a lover. Together, they walked with God in the cool of the evening, their hearts overflowing with gratitude and love. The serpent was cunning, the most cunning of all the creatures God had made. He slithered through the garden, his scales shimmering, his eyes gleaming with a sinister light. He saw the tree in the midst of the garden, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the tree God had forbidden them to eat from. And he saw an opportunity. He approached Eve, his voice a silky whisper. He questioned God's command, planting seeds of doubt in her mind. He tempted her with the promise of knowledge, of becoming like God, and slowly, insidiously, the serpent's poison began to work its way into Eve's heart. She looked at the forbidden fruit, its smooth skin glistening, its sweet aroma filling the air, and she desired it. Eve reached out and plucked the fruit from the tree, her fingers trembling slightly as they made contact with the forbidden fruit. The moment her fingers brushed its skin, a chill ran through the garden, as if nature itself recoiled from her touch. The air grew heavy with a sense of foreboding, dark clouds gathering ominously overhead. She took a bite, the juice staining her lips, its sweetness mingling with a sudden, bitter realization. And then, with a mixture of hope and fear, she offered it to Adam. He hesitated, his heart pounding in his chest, torn between love and duty. He knew it was wrong, every fiber of his being screamed against it, but he also saw the longing in Eve's eyes, and he couldn't bear to see her disappointed, her plea echoing in his mind. So he took the fruit from her hand and ate, sealing their fate with that single act. In that instant, their eyes were opened, a flood of knowledge and regret washing over them. They saw their nakedness and they were ashamed, their innocence stripped away. They heard God walking in the garden and they hid, their hearts heavy with guilt. They had disobeyed, they had sinned, and paradise was lost. God confronted them, his voice filled with sorrow and anger, the weight of their actions bearing down on them. And then he banished them from the garden, their perfect world shattered, their innocence gone forever, leaving them to face the harsh reality of their new existence. Section 5. Corruption. The world engulfed in sin. Generations passed. Adam and Eve's children had children of their own, and the human race multiplied. But the stain of sin, the legacy of the forbidden fruit, lingered. Jealousy, hatred and violence spread like a plague across the land. The world, once a pristine paradise, became consumed by darkness. Mankind, created in God's image, had strayed so far from its intended path. Their hearts were hardened, their souls consumed by wickedness. The earth, once teeming with life and beauty, now groaned under the weight of sin. And God, who had created all things good, looked upon his creation and saw that it had become corrupted. His heart ached with a sorrow that shook the heavens. The time had come for a reckoning, a cleansing, a flood. Section 6, Noah, a beacon of hope. But even in the midst of this overwhelming darkness, a light shone brightly, piercing through the gloom. Noah, a righteous man, walked with God, his steps guided by divine wisdom and unwavering faith. He remained faithful, his heart pure in a world consumed by wickedness and corruption. God saw Noah's righteousness, his unwavering faith, and he chose him to be a beacon of hope, a vessel of salvation, a guiding light in the darkness. God spoke to Noah, his voice booming like thunder, yet calming like a gentle rain, bringing both awe and peace. He revealed his plan to cleanse the world, to wash away the wickedness that had taken root, to start anew. And he commanded Noah to build an ark, a massive vessel of gopher wood, to preserve life amidst the coming storm, a sanctuary for the innocent. Noah listened, his heart heavy with the weight of the task before him, yet resolute in his obedience to God's command, unwavering in his mission. He would become the shepherd, guiding his family and the innocent creatures of the earth through the storm, ensuring their survival and the continuation of life. Section 7. The Ark Sanctuary from the Storm. The sounds of hammers pounding, of timbers being hewn and fitted, echoed across the land. For years, Noah and his sons labored tirelessly, constructing the Ark according to God's precise instructions. The Ark, a towering testament to faith and obedience, began to take shape. As the Ark neared completion, God commanded Noah to gather 2 of every living creature, male and female, and bring them into the Ark. Birds of the air, beasts of the field, creatures that crawled and slithered, all were gathered and led into the Ark's protective embrace. The Ark, once empty, now teemed with the sounds and smells of life, a microcosm of the world God was about to cleanse. Section 8. The Flood, Wrath and Renewal. The day arrived. Dark, ominous clouds gathered on the horizon, blotting out the sun. The wind howled, whipping the trees into a frenzy. And then the rain began. Not a gentle rain, but a torrential downpour, a deluge unlike anything the world had ever seen. The waters rose, engulfing the land, swallowing up everything in their path. The wicked, who had mocked Noah and his ark, were swept away, their cries for mercy lost in the roar of the storm. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain fell, relentlessly pounding the earth. The world, once teeming with life, was now a watery grave. Section 9. The Covenant, a Promise for the Future. As the storm subsided, the Ark came to rest on the peak of Mount Ararat. The floodwaters receded, revealing a world reborn. The earth, washed clean, glistened under the sun. A fresh breeze blew, carrying with it the scent of renewal. Noah released a dove, and it returned with an olive branch in its beak, a symbol of peace and new beginnings. God spoke to Noah, his voice filled with compassion. He established a covenant, a promise that he would never again destroy the earth with a flood. And as a sign of this everlasting covenant, he placed a rainbow in the sky, a reminder of his faithfulness and mercy. Section 10. Abraham, a journey of faith. Generations later, God called upon another man to walk with him, to embark on a journey that would change the course of history. Abraham, a man of unwavering faith, was chosen to become the father of a great nation, a nation that would be a beacon of hope and a source of blessings. This nation would bless all the families of the earth, spreading the message of God's love and faithfulness. Abraham's journey was one of faith, of trusting in God's promises, even when they seemed impossible. He faced many trials and tribulations, yet his faith remained steadfast. God tested Abraham, asking him to sacrifice his only son, Isaac, a test that would challenge the very core of his faith. Abraham's heart ached, but his faith never wavered. He prepared to obey, believing that God had a greater plan. He trusted in God's plan even when he didn't understand it. His faith was a testament to his unwavering belief in God's promises. And at the last moment, God intervened, sparing Isaac and reaffirming his promise to Abraham. This act of faith was rewarded with a renewed covenant. Through Abraham's lineage, God would eventually send his son, Jesus Christ, into the world to offer salvation and redemption to all who believe. This lineage was a fulfillment of God's promise. The story of Genesis, from the dawn of creation to the covenant with Abraham, is a testament to God's power, love, and faithfulness. It shows how God's plans unfold through generations. It's a story that continues to resonate with us today, reminding us of our place in God's grand design and the hope that lies in his unwavering promises. This journey of faith is timeless, connecting us all.